loves! So for today's video, I'm going to be answering your questions that you submitted for my last vlog that I did, the update vlog, and at the end I asked you to submit your questions. So I'm going to try to move through the questions fairly quickly because you guys know I love to talk, so I can be here for hours talking to you guys. So yeah, there's 20 questions. The top questions will be just kind of basic questions, the background type questions, and then the rest of the questions will be sort of randomly selected from here to there. There's not really any structure. So let's get started. I was born in Baku, Azerbaijan, and Azerbaijan is located on the shore of Caspian Sea, and it's surrounded by Russia on the north side, Iran on the south side, and then from the west its neighbors are Georgia, Turkey, Armenia, and that's pretty much it. And then across the sea is Kazakhstan, Uzbekistan, and all those countries, so that's where I'm from. I am 28 years old right now, but my birthday is actually coming up on June 6th. I'll be turning 29. I'm 5 feet and 4 inches tall. I'm not sure how tall I look on camera. I know sometimes it can be, you can either think someone is really short and they're like really tall, or the opposite. So I'm 5 feet 4 inches, so it's kind of an average, I guess. To be honest with you, I never really weigh myself because it's not really a concern to me at all. As long as I feel good and I know I'm healthy and I look good in the clothes that I wear, that's enough for me. But I think last time I had to weigh myself for my physical exam at the doctor's, I think I was around 110 pounds. I actually majored in interior design at Humber College here in Toronto. It was a 3-year program and it was really challenging. If you don't really know interior design, you might not assume that it would be a hard program. But it really is, especially at a college level. University is more theoretical, and at college for me it was just so demanding because we had, at one point, I remember, I think in second year, third semester, whatever it was, we had 11 courses at once, and every single course had like 2, 3, 4 projects due in a week. So it was extremely demanding, very challenging. I had no social life for those 3 years while I was in school, and many times I considered at like 3, 4 in the morning, when I was every night sitting there working on the projects, I considered quitting. But then, you know what, I told myself, if I quit, I will always think of myself as a quitter and that I failed. So I stuck it out, and I remember my thesis presentation, it was on April 29, 2007 is when I graduated. Oh my goodness, I cannot tell you, it was the happiest day of my life, in a sense where you like feel the huge weight like lifted off your shoulders, and I felt such a huge sense of accomplishment when I graduated. And I actually got an honors diploma, which I don't really care about that, but anyways, it was nice to know that my efforts paid off. And yeah, I don't regret, I actually am very happy that I stuck it out. So in any case, even if I don't practice it right now, I don't work in interior design, it's something that is a huge passion of mine, and you never know. I mean, a skill is a skill, and you never know where it might come in handy. So many of you guys asked this question. I think it was like one of the top questions, and the second one is coming up at the end of the video. So what do I do for a living? You guys, most of you will probably know that my sister Mimi, her husband Alex, and myself, we founded Luxy Hair Extensions 3 years ago. I can't believe it's been 3 years. And we're super blessed and so grateful that to have had success with Luxy Hair Extensions that allowed the 3 of us to do it full time and be able to dedicate ourselves completely to doing something that is creative, that makes all of us happy, and get such amazing feedback from you guys. And of course now, you guys know I do these channels, and it takes a lot of work to produce videos of high quality and good content. So YouTube really is my full-time commitment now, and I really enjoy sort of doing something that is creative. It allows me to explore different projects that I want to do and different avenues that I want to explore in my life, because I'm passionate about so many things, and this just really allows me to kind of zone in on a few different areas and just pursue that and see where that takes me. I have covered this question already in a few other videos, but I guess some of you guys maybe missed it or just want more of a clarification. So like I mentioned in the past, because of how much time and effort it takes to make videos, if I wanted to continue making videos on Luxy Hair, I wouldn't be able to do these types of videos, and I really am so passionate about these two channels that I'm just working on now. So no, for now I won't be doing new videos on Luxy Hair channel, but I will continue to post new and amazing videos on this channel and my Get Fit with Layla channel, so be sure to subscribe to both to not miss any future videos. So this is a twofold question, so I'll answer the first part. So I wanted to move out on my own because the type of videos that I want to produce, and just to have the discipline and not to be distracted, I needed to have my own space and my own kind of environment, the right environment to be able to thrive. So that's why I needed my own space and the right type of kitchen layout and lighting and all these things. And why a house instead of an apartment? Because I like to live in a house. I don't like to live in condos or apartment buildings where you have to take an elevator. I like to be like closer to the ground and be able to go outside and sit on the grass or like walk bare feet, just be like grounded closer to earth as much as possible without living in a tent. So I know it's probably confusing to you guys. First I was in Canada, then I went to LA and I said I'm gonna move there. Now I'm in Canada again. So let me clarify this. So yes, I'm living in Toronto, Canada right now, but my heart is in LA for sure. Like I mentioned in my last video that I made there, the hiking vlog, I definitely want to move there, and I will move there for sure at the right time. Like everything in life has the right time. So right now it was the time for me to move out on my own and get that independence and create my perfect space and environment. And then when the time is right, I will move all of my stuff here. I know a lot of you guys are confused why I'm investing in, you know, decorating a house. There's nothing wrong with just taking that stuff with you when you move. And so yeah, when the time is right, I will be moving to LA because I feel like that's where I'll be the happiest. Not that Toronto is bad, it's just, oh my gosh, Mashki's going crazy. Not that there's anything wrong with Toronto, just everything in LA just makes me happy. So when that time is right, I'll be moving to LA. But for now, I'm really enjoying my space here and living here. And yeah, I'm really happy where I am. Personally, no, I don't believe in any organized religion, but I'm deeply spiritual and I believe in a higher force and a higher power. This is a topic that can be very, very long, so I'm not going to get into the details, but I am spiritual, but I don't believe in organized religion. Lately, actually, a lot of people have been messaging and asking about this question, and it's really tough to answer because it's not one thing. I think it's been like a lifelong journey, and learning about life, learning about yourself, learning about just exploring all questions that we all go through, like what's the meaning of life and what is my purpose and all these things. So I don't really know how to answer it shortly, but in general, how do I stay positive? I guess focus your attention on the things that you have in your life and the things that are already good in your life, because we all have them. And take your health, for example, the fact that you're able to see right now and hear and think for yourself and be able to get off the chair and walk. I mean, those are all priceless things, because at the end of the day, our health is the most important thing we have, and you cannot buy it. You can buy medicine, but you can't really buy your health. So yeah, just focusing on the things that you have instead of focusing and dwelling on what is missing in your life, and being grateful for those things will create more good things in your life, because I believe in positive thinking and the law of attraction, and your thoughts and your feelings have tremendous power, the emotions and the energy that you're putting out. So yeah, that's how, in a nutshell, I guess if I had to pick just one way to answer it, it changes your whole attitude and changes your whole perspective when you consciously focus on what is good in your life and be grateful for that instead of dwelling on what's missing and what's not there. So starting with my personal life, I would love to have a family within 5 years and would love to have children. I want a whole bunch of kids, lots of children. I definitely want to adopt kids in the future, from just kids that need a loving home. It doesn't really matter from where. So yeah, and a whole bunch of animals. You guys know I love animals, so I want to adopt as many as I can. And in my professional life, I would love to continue doing what I already am doing and just build on top of that. To be an entrepreneur, have my independence and freedom is just priceless to me. And I would love to just, whatever it is that I do, I wanted to do good in the world. Whatever services or products or whatever it is that I choose to create, I wanted to do good in the world and inspire positive change. And I just hope that it just creates more positivity in the world. So lately I've actually adopted this ritual of just living in the attitude of gratitude, and it just feels so good. Honestly, it changes your whole mindset and attitude. And so what I do is, before I go to sleep and first thing in the morning, just before you get up or fall asleep, just say a little thank you prayer to universe or God or whatever you want to call it for all the amazing things in your life, and just acknowledge that. And yeah, it just really sets the right tone for the day in the morning and lets you go to sleep peacefully at night. Let's see, I speak English, obviously. I speak Russian and Azeri, which is my native language. Russian actually is the language that I think in, or I think in English now, but I used to think in Russian. Because when I was born in Azerbaijan, the country was part of the USSR, the former USSR. So my family, like in our family, we spoke Russian, but I went to school in Azeri. But because I haven't actually practiced it in 11 years almost that we've been living in Canada, I still understand everything, but it is a little bit harder to speak if I have to just like start speaking to somebody, but I will understand everything. And I think if I am in that environment for maybe a week or two, it will come back. But yeah, so I speak 3 languages now, but I definitely want to learn Spanish and Italian and French sometime in my lifetime. So fear is a very funny thing, and because it's an illusion, really, fear is just in our minds, created just, I guess, sometimes to protect us, but most of the time to stop us from following what we want to do and to challenge us. So what I personally do is, and what I learned recently is that you really can't get rid of fear, because we're human beings and that's a natural, normal feeling to have. But I think the key is to feel the fear. I don't remember where I heard this, but it's like, aha moment. It's feel the fear and do it anyways. Whatever it is you want to do and you're scared of doing it, who cares? Feel it. Let yourself feel the fear and still move forward and still go for whatever it is you want to do. Because really, what's the worst that can happen? You fail, oh well, you move on. You pick yourself up and you go on and just do other things. But anyways, I think allowing fear to stop us from doing what we want in life is such a waste, because life is short and really all we have is today. And if you have an opportunity to do what you want to do, why would you allow fear to stop yourself? Feel it and go for it. So this one is a little bit confusing to a lot of people, I can tell, because some people think we're vegan, some people think I'm a vegetarian, whatever. So personally, if you know me at all by now, you probably know I really don't like labels. Like, I don't like to say I'm a vegan or I'm a vegetarian or I'm a pescatarian or I'm a whatever. So, but I understand you have to explain what you eat. So personally, I eat a mostly plant-based diet, like 85-90% plant-based diet, highly filled with vegetables and fruit and grain and all the things, but I still eat some seafood. I haven't cut seafood out completely, and really I just listen to my body. Some weeks I go with no seafood because I don't feel like having it, and sometimes I feel like, okay, maybe I can have a little fish here and there, so I'll have fish, some shellfish, or things like that. The only eggs I'll eat very rarely nowadays this year is where I know where they come from, like if I actually can go and visit the farm and know they're actually free-range chickens. So honestly, I don't stop myself from eating what I want. I just follow my heart and my intuition and listen to my body. So I guess if you have to say, it's a pescatarian but mostly plant-based diet, and recently I've actually been introducing and incorporating more raw foods into my diet, and I've never felt better. I feel like just so much lighter, so much energy, and just even spiritually, and just you feel lighter and just cleaner, positive energy all the way around you. So that's what I eat. So my jobs, I pretty much worked in every area, I guess. I was in customer service, I worked in retail, I worked as a receptionist in like an office environment. I worked as a architectural sales rep for a stone and tile company right before we started Luxy Hair. I was a server, and I think that's it. So office, retail, and hospitality, I guess, like in the serving, in the restaurant business. So yeah, I pretty much dabbled in everything. So, it's life, you do what you have to do. And I actually, one of my happiest jobs was working in a restaurant. The restaurant that I worked at, Il Fornello, where Mimi was working at and Andre was working at, that's where I met him. It was actually the happiest time of my life, really, when I think back, the happiest work environment. And we're talking actually with Mimi about this recently, and I think it's all has to do with the people that you work with, because it was like a family and we all had so much fun. So I really have fond memories when I think back to those times. So update on my rhinoplasty, if you guys can tell, because you can tell, I think you can tell if you go back to the videos, that my confidence level have gone up. So I've never been happier. Like, I'm so happy I did it, and I don't wish I did it before because it wasn't the right time or I didn't have the finances, but when I did it was the perfect time, and it was the best thing I could have done for myself, because it just removed that little voice in my head that always told me to, that insecure voice in my head is now gone. And it's not like I look in the mirror and I think to myself, oh my god, I have such a beautiful nose. It's just that I don't worry about it, like I don't think about the nose or whatever. So it was the best thing I did for me, and I couldn't be happier with the results. So my biggest dream is, I am a huge dreamer, so you can call me, I guess, like, what is it, John Lennon song, or one of the Beatles songs, you call me a dreamer. But I really want to believe that, if not in my lifetime, but sometime in the near future, we can get rid of violence and war and negativity, and most importantly for me, which is the closest thing to my heart, is animal cruelty. I just want to contribute as much as I can of my lifetime and this time on the planet that I have to make people aware of it. So hopefully when we know better, we can do better. So if we can eliminate animal cruelty and war and poverty and greed and all these negative things, it would be just a dream come true for me, really, because life is short and we should live it happily, and I believe we can all be happy if we just shift our mindsets. So and to go along with that dream, I would absolutely love to have, and not love, I'm gonna do it in my lifetime for sure, an animal sanctuary where I will rehabilitate all kinds of animals, from farm animals to house pets, and any kind of animal that needs a loving home. It actually has been my childhood dream, and I just remembered recently, when I was little, I wanted to, and back where we're from, Baku, Azerbaijan, there's a lot of homeless cats and dogs, and I remember being, I don't know how old I was, maybe 8, 10, something like that, thinking to myself, I can't wait to grow up and be I don't know why I wanted to be rich and famous, so I have enough money to buy a huge property. At that time I thought like a house, and to have all these cats and dogs and hire people to take care of them. So it's funny how that was a dream growing up and I forgot about it, and recently it's become a dream, and then I remembered that that's what I wanted actually from way back. So I know for sure I will do it, and I will work hard to have the means to do it and to use my voice. And that's why I'm so grateful to have the opportunity and the platform of YouTube to reach out to so many people worldwide, to kind of hopefully use my voice in a positive way and direction, and make people aware of what happens in the world and how we can all make a difference. Okay, this question it's so funny to me. Almost every second person wanted to know about Andre and what happened to him. So I think most of you guys already probably know or could have figured out that Andre and I are no longer together. We broke up back in September, October. So without going into too much detail about exactly what happened, because I think it's unfair to him, because he's not here to defend or present his side, you know, because in any situation there's his side, her side, and then there's the truth. Ultimately, I guess we didn't see eye to eye on certain things, and we didn't want the same things at the same time. We wanted the same things eventually as like the ultimate goal, but it wasn't at the right timing, and timing is everything. So I love him, I will always love him. I think if you're ever with a person and you have that kind of level of intimacy and friendship, I don't know if you can ever stop loving them, if it was true love, and it was for me. So I love him, I wish him the best, and yeah. So there you have it. Those were the top 20 questions asked by you guys, the most asked questions. So I hope you enjoyed watching this video and getting to know me a bit better, and I hope I was able to kind of shed some light on these questions that you've had. So thank you so much for tuning in. Be sure to follow me on Instagram. Make sure to subscribe to this channel and my second channel, Get Fit with Layla, for more awesome videos, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye, my loves.